Okay, today I'm speaking with Polly Sankey about the flood of 1935. How old were you when the flood happened?
I was about 8.
8 years old, and you're living at your present location here,
Right.
south of Trenton. And you had other relatives, and they were closer to the river.
Right.
Speak about your aunt and uncle for a little bit.
They about a quarter mile east and north.
And how within 100 yards of the river? Would that be a fair assumption? Because they weren't as close as your grandparents were.
No, because the river curved, I think, but I'm not
That's
sure.
Fine. Okay, how much further down river was your grandparents?
You know, I just...
And closer to the river.
I'm going to say a fourth of a mile.
Another quarter mile.
Probably.
So a half mile total between your house and your grandparents.
Probably. That would be approximately.
Okay. And the flood, when it came early in the morning. And you went down to your uncle's.
The river was already full, if I remember correctly.
Right. But
and then the big surge, I guess is what you want to classify.
The wall of water, as you call it.
Yes, the wall of water came. I think it was probably around 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. And you were down at your aunt and uncle's at that time.
Yes.
And your uncle had already went down to your grandparents' place.
Yeah.
And it was a 2-story house.
I just don't remember. I remember it was...
That's fine.
That's all I can remember.
And your grandmother wasn't in good health.
Correct.
And so he had to swim to get there, though.
Right. He called back and had told my dad not to come because he had to swim.
Yeah, so it was dangerous, to just stay where you were. Then once he got there, how soon did it start breaking up, or could you see it, the tree you talked about hitting the grandparents' house?
What I can faintly remember, it seems to me like it was around 10 o'clock or something like that we had seen people up on the roof, and I don't remember what time somebody mentioned that.
You said there were two.
That was
two figures on the roof.
So my dad always figured that my grandmother had died.
And so so her husband, your grandfather, and your uncle got on the roof to try to survive the flood.
As far as that's what we always figured.
That's right. And then at that time, the river lifted the house and took it down, and it busted to pieces.
Right.
And they were never found.
No, my grandmother's body was found near Arapahoe. About
80 miles away down the river, which is incredible in itself, to say the least. The flood went down as quick as it came, or did it last for a little while?
No, the surge, but we were in the house, my aunt and uncle's house, and my cousin's house, and we were surrounded by water, but later on in the afternoon it went down.
Okay.
In the part that I cannot remember, how some people came and got us. I remember that, but that was late afternoon to come back here.
And all the bridges were gone.
Yes.
The railroad was tore up.
Right.
Yeah, they talked about that.
And there was, I guess, dead animals and everything else. There was around 100 people in the valley that were
drowned.
Had died.
Yeah. And the worst, or it started the bad part at Parks up here, and then came on down. The Rickery flooded. Of course, it was raining hard.
My dad always said that the Rickery, because they had all the way from 20 to 25 inches of rain that nobody actually knew, but that in one of these things,
But you had a lot of rain here.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was raining all the way through. And it was like it was stationary front, just couldn't go on. And it just kept dumping the rain. But that was the flood of 35.
1935.
Jiminy. On the Republican River.
Yes.
Yeah, in southwest Nebraska. Okay, we're gonna stop it for